This is Exponential Computers, 8 extension for senior secondary schools in Katsina State for SS2. This is Civic Education. I'm Abdullah Alhat, the presenter. So today we are going to look about capitalist democracy and democracy itself. Here is the outline. First one, capitalist. The second one is democracy, and the third one is capitalist democracy. So let us go further so that we can explain them one after the other. Firstly, capitalist class. When we said capitalist, what does that mean? When we said capitalist, what is capitalist? I know so many things may come across to your mind. Does capitalist means so thing, and capitalist means so things. But let us see what is capitalist. Capitalist is defined as an economic system in which investment in ownership of the means of production, distribution, and exchange of wealth is made and maintained chiefly by private individuals or corporations. What we mean here is that it's the type of production that is taking place in a private sectors or in a private companies by the individual, not the government. Is provided the companies that are being provided by the individual owners and maintained by the individual owners to make production available to the users in a country or in a community. So that is the capitalist. The second one is democracy. Democracy is a system of government. It's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So when we talk about democracy, we are referring to the government. What is government? Government means people. This definition of democracy, it has been given by Abraham Lincoln, as he cited that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Because it's a people that are made of a government. Every government you see with a power or anything, so it is the people that brought the government into such power. So democracy is a government of people, by the people, and also for the people. Sadly, without capitalist democracy. When we say capitalist democracy class, what do we mean by capitalist democracy? I know from the definition of capitalist and definition of democracy, so many things may come across to your mind. That so when you combine the two words together, what does that mean? So let us look what is capitalist democracy. Capitalist democracy is a system in which the private sector produce goods and services for a free market, and the government is elected to maintain and protect order lines in the society. So from the definition, what we learn here is that capitalist democracy is a private sector that is producing goods and services, that produce goods and services and take it to the market instead of the government to maintain. If it is government may use to own companies that they use to produce goods and services and let its citizens to come and buy it in a cheaper price. But when we said capitalist democracy, here it's a private owners, it's a private individuals, or they can make an even corporate. So many types of people can join their hands together to establish a company. And when they establish the company, the government may leave the affairs of the company to the private owners so that the citizens can buy it not from the government but from the private individuals. The roles of government in capitalist democracy is just to protect orderliness in the society. But in terms of anything, it refers to companies. It's a private individuals that are heading the companies. Okay, capitalist democracy also is looked also as referred as a market democracy. Is a political and the economic system. It integrates resource allocation by marginal productivity with policies of resource allocation by social entitlement. So when we talk about capitalist democracy, it also means that it's just a political and economic system that integrates the resource allocation by the marginal productivity. So government may use to have companies so that people or the citizens can afford the production in a very cheaper price. But the government nowadays give chance to the private owners to have companies, to own companies, so that they can be able to oversee what those companies are doing and make sure whenever there is a need to overcome the issue, to go ahead of it. All right. Capitalist democracy, democratic capitalism, is a type of political and economic system characterized by resource allocation according to both marginal and social needs. Is determined by decision reached through democratic politics. So in that case, the economy of the nation has been politicized because at that juncture, only politicians have say in the economic system. So those that are even experts in the field of economy doesn't even have the chance to overcome such kind of challenges faced by the economy because capitalist democracy sometimes it loses what it loses price control, which every private owner has his own right to price his commodity. But when it has been legalized by a government, to those private individuals, there must be a price control everywhere where they will sell their product. So at this picture also, you can see there is a direct democracy, which include the rule of laws, rules and laws, voting, representative democracy, law and rules, elected representatives, and so on. Then also we have the characteristics of capitalist democracy. Number one, private property. Private property is a system respect and protect private property's rights. Those individuals are free to acquire and own property. So the system that respects and protects private property rights. And the second one, profit principle. This is a system support initiative geared toward the generation of profit by different individuals and institutions. Then pluralism. Pluralism, the system fosters competitive competition in line with the idea of pluralism, diversity. So it's just talking about here also, just talking about we have discussed the first one, the second one also, the third one. The fourth one is democratic government. The system requires the establishment of a government by the majority through the free and fair election. Equity. The system supports the provision of equal opportunities for all in order to improve productivity and the quality of life. Thank you for listening. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exponentials Computers. Thank you for listening. I'm Abdullah Alhat.